What is going on, Colts Nation? I am Eric Smith, your host of the Colts Cast today. Hey, look, it's just me today. We got a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. Here we go, everyone. Mock draft season has begun, and we are about to get into plenty of potential prospects going up into April. Last year, we had a clear-cut need at quarterback. We virtually knew we were taking a quarterback in the first round, but this year won't be that predictable, especially with Chris Ballard at the helm. We could argue about the biggest positional needs all day if we really wanted to, but we're not getting into that today. So enter Brock Bowers, the consensus number one tight end prospect this year. Look, that could change after the combine and things like that, but right now he is the number one prospect. I don't think that changes right now. He looks legit as could be. Someone called him a generational prospect. Generational. That term gets thrown around a lot. So the last time I heard that with the tight end was Kyle Pitts, and he has not lived up to draft reputation. However, we aren't selecting at number 4 overall. We're at 15, and I could argue he's more of a complete package than Pitts. So let's talk about it. But before we do, ladies and gentlemen, please remember to like, subscribe, and comment below with your thoughts if you are on YouTube, Colts Nation. That's the best way to support us as it gets our video out to other passionate Colts fans just like you. And ladies and gentlemen, it is completely free. So this guy, this stud, about 6'4", 240 pounds, good size for a tight end. When you factor in that some people say he can crack the 440s in the 40-yard dash, that's incredible. That is incredible. I mean, this guy's like an athletically gifted Dallas Clark, right? Yeah, Dallas Clark. Ringing some bells there. Explosive can be used in a variety of ways. Ability to line up inside or outside. He was used as a tailback a lot at Georgia. Has insane range as a pass catcher. Not just with the ball skills, but attacking all 3 levels of the field as a tight end. We would love that. We would love that. He feasts on yards, after the catch. Yeah, he has a lot going for him in the receiving game. All of this has culminated into Bowers leading Georgia in receiving for 3 years. 3 straight years he's been there. He's been the leader in receiving. The tight end. 3 straight years. Let that sink in real quick. Definition of a mismatch, in my opinion. So it begs the question, and I asked everyone to comment below about a minute ago. If he's available at 15, are we passing on him? Most mock drafts have Brock Bowers going before, 15. I've seen a lot of them mocked at number 5 for the Chargers. I've seen some at 10, 11, things like that. So he's fallen in between 5 and 15. And we all know we saw a mock draft of Brock Bowers going to the Colts because it's, that Kyle Pitts at 4 is stuck in everyone's mind. It's like, was he worth the draft capital? I mean, that's a top 5 pick right there. So it is going to be a little tricky to see where he actually falls at, when it comes draft time. But if he's there at 15, I don't think we pass up on him. I mean, some Colts fans will say tight end isn't a need. It's usually not for most teams, and it's one of the lower value added positions in the league, in my opinion. However, when you have the option to draft one of the best tight ends in college football history, I think you take the best player available. I think at that point, at number 15, he is going to be the best player available, best prospect available. Like, think Travis Kelce type of playmaker. The Kansas City Chiefs, they've centered their entire offense. I won't say entire. They've centered their offense around him for some years now, though. Like, Travis Kelce has been a focal point. In our tight end room, while crowded, it's not great. Drew Ogletree, he might not be with us next year. Jelani Woods hasn't played in a year. Freakish athlete, but look, Kylan Granson, he's solid. He's solid. Not great though, not amazing. Mo Alley Cox, he's a salary saver candidate, whatever you want to call it. Will Mallory, he's shown some flashes, not a great blocker though. Adding Bowers, in my opinion, just solidifies this position for years to come. So, like, if he happens to be there at 15, I don't know how you pass up on him. You're gonna get a guy. I haven't even talking about his blocking skill set. They utilize him in the pass game a bunch at Georgia, but he can still pass block really well. Run blocking, check. This helps out our entire offense behind Anthony Richardson and Jonathan Taylor. Think RPO QB run with Anthony Richardson or off tackle run with Jonathan Taylor. Going to Bowers as the lead blocker. Defenses have to respect the tight end's ability to block, and I think that's going to stress defenses a little further than someone who can't block, who's one-dimensional as a tight end. Add in that Shane Steichen loves to make use of his tight ends in the receiving game. This tight end group this year, they accounted for 21.8% of the receiving targets in 2023. So it's a good little chunk. The majority of that, I will say, it went to the wide receiver room, specifically Michael Pittman Jr. But look, if we can get someone right next to Michael Pittman who is an elite playmaker, because I really like what Josh Downs has done. He's made some great plays. Alec Pierce has made some big splash plays. So if we add Brock Bowers at tight end, I don't know. I think this gives us our core receiving group. He seems like and this is why I don't think he'll be there at 15, because it just seems like a slam dunk at the number 15th overall pick to get this type of tight end, this type of tight end that's produced so well in college, played in the SEC. I mean, he's seen a lot. Someone who can make a direct year one impact as we try to take the AFC South in 2024. Like, I'm thinking George Kittle type of impact. And then you go back decades where Vernon Davis got selected really high for his athleticism. Like, I'm seeing that. So, it's hard to take a tight end that high, given the history of you can find tight ends in later rounds. A lot of first round tight ends don't work out, but I don't know. This seems different. This seems like Brock Bowers is going to translate into the NFL just a little differently than some of the other prospects we've seen in the past. I could be completely wrong, but this is the case I have for Brock Bowers if he's available. We're not trading up for this guy, but draft clock hits, Colts are on the clock, and Brock Bowers is there. You have to strongly consider him at that point. Hey, that's my case. Let me know what you guys think. That's going to be it for us, everyone. Thank you for listening to the Colts Cast. We're live on Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, or any platform you use to listen to podcasts. Jamal will have an episode out this week as well. He's going to delve into another prospect as well. We're going to be doing this throughout the next few months. Of course, we got other Colts content on the way, but we'll be back next time.